One of the pieces that we've talked about is this idea called the game. And the game is this entire process of trying to be able to map out with intentionality of where you're actually going, what you're actually going to do, because it's not just enough to help you get out of a toxic relationship. And then has to matter of what you're actually going towards. If you're not moving towards something, if you're not growing, developing who you are with a vision, with a goal, with a destination in mind, then oftentimes you can find yourself falling into different anxiety, depression, and slipping back into the same relationship or a toxic one as well. If you guys are new here, my name is Ben Taylor. I'm a self-aware narcissist on this channel to provide awareness about narcissistic abuse. I help liberate women from toxic relationships by breaking the trauma bond, showing them how to break the addiction and the cycle of going back to the same toxic guy, and how to rediscover their voice, step into their power of who they actually are and who they're called to be. When we talk through this piece of the game, what we're trying to be able to break down is the facts about where you currently are, the freedom of where you actually want to be, even a year from now, and the focus of what you're going to do in the next 30 days, breaking it down all the way to the weekly, which is the fire, of what you're going to do in the next 7 days to move you towards the month and to move you towards the 12 months out that you actually want to go. Inside of this process, it gets very scripted out, very small, very granular, very analytical, because if I can get you to make a small, tiny move today in one single aspect, it's going to cascade farther down the road. The problem is most people don't actually go through life with intentionality, with purpose, and with direction of what they're doing and how they're unlocking that one step at a time. So part of the goal of what I do is try to help extrapolate that so we can actually see it one step at a time to help you move towards who you're called to be. So I gave an overview, and if you want, you can go back the previous couple of weeks and you can get an overview of the game, what it actually looks like, the whole framework. But inside today, we're going to be narrowing into one specific section of the entire game, which is just called the foundational frame. And the foundational frame is where we're talking about what are the facts across body, being, balance, and business. What are the facts about your current life and the things that are happening and the things that are going on so that you actually can build a map of what's happening. Think of it as we're trying to be able to actually figure out where you are on the starting block, where you are on the map, where you are on the leg up the mountain. We don't know where you want to go yet because it won't help if we just get you a vision board and great ideas and some great thoughts of where you want to be if we don't take a clear assessment of where you currently are now. So we have to be able to do this by building a foundational frame, a foundational fact map is what we'll oftentimes call them. So we typically start off in body, and with body, we're trying to get very just specific. Now, this could be very, very clear of what are the facts inside your body across what do you actually see? What are the facts about your fat, the muscle, the body image that you have of yourself, your height, your weight, what it actually looks like and feels like to you. Could be simple facts of like, how is your body actually functioning? Your gut health, your colon, your eyesight, like your spine, your brain, all these different things. Do you have injuries? Do you have different things that have happened in the past that are affecting how your body is actually functioning? What are the facts about your inner organs, your physicals that you have? Like, do you have physicals? Do you go to a chiropractor? Do you have a dentist? Do you have sleep patterns? Or is it all kind of like messed up? What are the facts about you as you currently are managing your body, as you're handling the meat suit that you're currently in? What does that look like? Do you have a routine? What are you actually doing? Do you have strength? What about your mobility, flexibility? Like, how do you actually manage all of this? When you're looking at the facts, we're also talking about what you're actually putting in your body, like what you're actually eating, your use of alcohol, caffeine, greens, like supplements, like what does it actually look like to be able to help you? And then when we look at this body, like how does it actually match up with your energy, with your drive, with your sex drive, with your physical hobbies, with things that are actually happening inside your life and inside your body? Because if we don't get very clear on the body, then it's going to be hard to get a goal of what you actually want to do with your body. So part of this is we're trying to be able to get facts. We're building facts across all four domains: body, being, balance, and business. The physical, the spiritual, the relationship, and the money mindset. And the goal is we build these facts, and these facts then start to expose gaps that you need to work on, gaps that need to be fixed or filled, gaps that need to have different pieces or nuances to be able to help you grow and develop you. So the whole goal is let's get clear on the facts. Then you move into being. In being, we have to step into the same exact process of getting clear of what are the facts inside of being. This would be simply you getting clear on what is God to you. What about religion, scripture, like purpose of life? What does it actually mean as you're growing and developing who you actually are? This could simply come down to the practices that you have in your life. Maybe it's journaling, maybe it's putting things down, maybe it's reading scripture or daily devotionals. Maybe it's, if working with us, stacking and stepping into a process of mentally reframing and connecting and communing with God. Maybe it's this piece of showing up vulnerable and how you actually connect with yourself internally. Are you authentic with you? Are you authentic even with others? Could be this piece of what does it actually mean for you to be considering meditation or prayer or the personal development field? What does it actually look like with the intentionality of the energy and the time and the investment that you put into understanding you, your thought process, and how you actually connect to you and connect to God? How does this actually impact your mental and your emotional space? What does this mean when you're looking at living by a purpose? What are the facts about your leadership spiritually, listening to God, demonstrating that spiritual leadership? What are the facts about you internally of who you're actually being? So it's important that we get very clear of the facts. We want to make sure that the facts are what we're going to focus on all throughout this entire process, because we're building a foundation. This foundation we can build on, but we can't build on this foundation if it's not true, if it's not clear, if we don't know without a shadow of a doubt, this is what's actually real. This is what's actually going on. So we have to get very, very clear and precise with the facts. Then we're going to move over into the relationships. So we move over into the relationships, that would be the area of balance. So consider for a moment, there's going to be different facts that you're going to have inside the area of balance, of how you're showing up, of how you're interacting. Consider some of these facts might look like just your ability to communicate authentically. Maybe you don't have a safe place to communicate. Maybe you're trying to communicate and you can't get understood. You showing up authentic, you being able to be vulnerable. Maybe this is talking about the intimacy in your life, emotional intimacy, sexual intimacy. What does it actually look like? Do you have a partnership? Do you have a friendship with your spouse? Or is that what's disintegrated and you're like, hey, this is pretty bad. I'm trying to be able to repair this, or I'm trying to be able to move forward. So there's maybe multiple things inside of here that you're trying to understand what is actually going on with the facts inside of my relationships. Maybe there's facts inside of your current friendships. Maybe you don't have friendships. Maybe you're looking for friendships. What's the facts about your ability to trust those friends, or your ability to share or be vulnerable with those friends? What are the facts about how they show up, the role that they play inside your life on a day-to-day basis? Like, the facts are very, very important here to be able to build this foundation of your friendships and the people in your life. Might be this piece also of investing time and energy into yourself. Outside of the marriage or the family or the business or whatever you might be doing, what are the facts about that? How are you actually investing time and attention? Are you investing money, energy, time, focus into you? Or is that kind of, that's the last thing that you think about? What are the facts about your open, your honest communication with your spouse, with your children? What does it look like to have a connection with your children? About your ability to be present with your children, the quality time that you spend, the vulnerability that you have with them, the transparency that's there with the kids, the honesty that's there. What does that actually look like? What are the facts there? What are the facts inside of how you parent, how you show up, how you actually lead your kids, and the guidance of helping them move forward to a bigger future? Now, the reason we bring all this up is, again, we're establishing facts about your situation, your relationship, your body, your being, your balance, your business. We're establishing facts on all of these. And the whole goal is we have to be able to create these facts so then we can create a future. But right now, we can't focus on the future until we actually get clear on what are the current facts of today. Too many times people are so distracted with their goals and their vision and their values, they're not actually taking into account where they actually are right now. So the last one we have is business. In business, we're stepping into what are the facts about business and how are you actually showing up in business? So what are the facts about how you actually feel about money, your thoughts, your ideas, maybe habits or patterns that you have with money, and the results from that, of how it actually shows up in your life, the money consciousness about what you actually do and how you manage your finances. Maybe there's certain facts about your income. What is it? How does it actually look? The method for making money, as well as how you feel about how you make it, and also the money that you bring in. You have to get comfortable about thinking and feeling about money, because if you don't, it's going to be hard for you to ever attain it or to feel at a place where you're not in a scarcity mindset, but to be able to move into an abundance mindset in all areas of life, not just money, but that's what we're talking about inside the area of business. What are the facts about what you have in savings? What are the facts about the debt? What are the facts about how you feel about both of those numbers? Because it's important for you to be able to see what's there and what's working or what's not working inside of your life, inside of your relationships, inside of your business, inside of your finances. Might be current facts about investments that you have, different assets. There's certain tax strategies that are working for you or not working for you, and how you actually show up for all of those. There's multiple facts that we can dive into. It could be you just understanding money consciousness, your financial literacy, how you actually live, the lifestyle that you have, and how you feel about how you show up inside of all that. So the reason why we're bringing all this up is we have to be able to ask a lot of questions. And I just walked you through the foundational fact map for you to be able to see. If you actually go through and start writing down these questions, start getting clear, it's going to give you a different exposure of where you are. This is what we teach at one of our levels inside of Raw Motivations, because we have to help you get very, very clear of what's going on. Then we can build the future. Then we can build the direction that you need to go. But we can't do that if we don't know exactly where you are. Establish a foundation so then we can then build who you're going to be on top of that. If this resonates with you and you want to know more about this, would love to talk to you, would love to bring you into learning how to do this. You can go to rawmotivations.com/breakthrough just to be able to get an idea and a perspective of what I do and how to be able to help you move forward. Would love to be able to partner with you inside of your healing, but also inside of your growth. You just rediscovering you and you becoming the person that God's called you to be.